really impressive. But what was just as impressive was the fact that they read conditions very well. There was good communication coming off the field back to the players who were still waiting to bat. And there's a shot of the city of Sharjah. But yeah, really good communication coming back off the ground to the players in the dressing room. And there was no need to panic, said Colin Munro, when he got back there and said, look, conditions are difficult, the ball's not coming onto the bat, but just make sure you give yourself a little bit of time to get in. And if you do that, just give yourself half a dozen balls, get used to conditions. And then if you can do that well, the runs are still there for the taking, as Ryan ten Doeschate proved. Well, here we are, the Balkh Legends and the Paktia Panthers, both at the top of the table. And so whoever wins this game will go clear on 8 points and guarantee themselves a place in those semi-finals. And remember, the match we've got coming up after this is the Nangarhar Leopards against the Kandahar Knights. And that is a must-win game for the Knights. If they don't win that, they're basically done and dusted, you would say.
Yeah, one continues to feel sorry for the Kandahar Knights, but not for this man. 2 terrific 50s, great strike rate, a 40 as well, and only in the last match where they got to 127, which they still won, by the way, his only batting failure. He was obviously upset with his batsmen, but didn't his bowlers do the job? Today, his bowlers, unfortunately, unable to do the job, and there we are. The Burj. Oh, fabulous. That's a pretty distance away, but you can see that from halfway around the world, I suppose. It's so big. And tall. Okay, Balkh. What do they have for us now? Mohammad Nabi may still open the bowling. He has on most occasions. Very, very cool customer, and great with his length particularly. But I'm surprised that Paktia just sort of took their foot off the pedal, as it were, and allowed Balkh to get to 195, which will be a very serious chase, Brian.
Yes, remember these two sides met earlier in the tournament. Roles were reversed, I suppose you could say, in that it was Paktia who got a big first innings score, 204 for 4, and Balkh simply couldn't chase that down. Ramanullah Gulbas opening the innings today. We saw him yesterday. I'm very interested in this young player. I think he's got lots of talent. He's got a bag full of confidence as well. They've shuffled the pack here, though, haven't they, with Paktia? Today we saw Mohammad Shahzad not keeping wicket. He's still out there, of course, and a favourite of the man sat on my right, Charu Sharma, and a favourite, I think, of all cricket fans because he's such an entertainer. But he's up against Mohammad Nabi, and this is going to be a box office contest, these two. They'll know each other so well. And what's Shahzad going to do? Normally he likes the ball coming onto the bat early on, so Nabi bowling the first over, as he has done throughout the tournament so far for Balkh. It's going to be a new challenge, really, or a fresh challenge today for Shahzad.
Yeah, Nabi would know what exactly Shahzad is capable of, and oh, went for it straight away. Luckily for him, no spin. Plenty of intent there, and a little lucky, Mohammad Shahzad, to either not have it clatter onto the stumps or perhaps get an inside edge. The Balkh legends, Simon Helmut said, oh gosh, what, that would have been quite brilliant. Goes for it again. Second ball, maximum Fox Pakiza. Mohammad Shahzad lets out little breath of relief there after missing the first delivery, but this is what he does best, and they're off to a terrific start. Mohammad Shahzad, thank you.
A little bit of width. Here, Nabi usually in the power play tends to bowl little arm balls. Little swingers away from the right-hander, and that swung away just a little bit too much width, and bang.
Yeah, just a little too full to try and get underneath that, but Mohammad Shahzad adjusting. Just pats it away onto leg. Such an exciting batsman to watch. How about Gulbadin Naib? Can he turn a big trick with his bowling today? What do they call him? Something to do with muscle man for sure. Tarzan? I don't know. I'm not sure.
Gulbadin, the body Naib.
The body. Tarzan, we'll call him Tarzan.
Leading wicket taker for Balkh in the tournament. 9 wickets so far.
Warming up his bicep. So I'd be interested to find out what the role for the new man Gurbaz is. He's playing his, well, his 5th match here. I don't think he's played all the matches. But what would Mohammad Shahzad be telling him, that you just sort of tick it around, make sure that I get most of the strike? Because this is a huge promotion for Gurbaz.
He's opening in place of Isanullah. Isanullah played the previous 4 matches at the top of the order, 93 runs at a strike rate of 152. This is Ramanullah Gurbaz's 3rd match. But he's a young player with bags of talent and bags of confidence as well.
Well, his captain's certainly very confident about his ability. Nabi gone for 9 so far. Oh, up in the air, over mid-on. Doesn't quite connect, and mid-wicket comes racing in. They'll take only a single. Gurbaz will keep strike. A little bit of danger there. Mohammad Nabi almost striking. 10 for no loss after the opening over.
So Ramanila Gurbaz opening the innings for Paktia today. Callum McLeod back in the side as well after he played the opening match of the tournament and hasn't featured since. Ramanila Gurbaz, part of the Afghanistan under-19 squad that reached the semi-final of the under-19 Cricket World Cup in New Zealand at the start of this year, and was wicketkeeper batsman actually in the under-19 squad at the under-19 Asia Cup in Bangladesh prior to this tournament.
Well, he's certainly in the sights for senior cricket. Aftab Alam has had an up-and-down tournament among the wickets, but a shade expensive at times. Oh, drifts down leg. He might just get away with only a single.
Looks like he's modelling himself today, Aftab Alam, on our fellow commentator Hamid Hassan. That was his one of his signatures, wasn't it? The headband, but also the war paint on the cheeks. He hasn't got the war paint today, Aftab Alam, but he's got the headband.
Halfway there. But not everyone can be Hamid. There we go. A little up and down, like I said, against Kabul and Nangarhar among the wickets, but otherwise a shade expensive.
Yeah, that was really good against Nangarhar, wasn't it? And it came back to what we were saying with Colin Munro actually in the break between innings. The point we were making was that actually in their last game against Nangarhar, it had been the seamers who had bowled really effectively. Gulbuddin Naib, Mervis Ashraf, you remember. Picked up 4 wickets, and Aftab Alam had bowled well when everyone was expecting the spinners, Qais Ahmed and Mohamed Nabi, to be the keys.
Shehzad, just terrific bat speed. Doesn't do much with his feet, but obviously very good hand-eye coordination as well. Forget very good, exceptional hand-eye coordination. Otherwise, you can't hit the ball as regularly and as hard as he manages to. As long as he can continue to see the ball well, expect lots of runs from Mohammad Shehzad and lots of maximums as well.
And mixing it up straight away, just taking the pace off. That's clever bowling, actually, because Ramanila Gurbaz was looking at the big shot.
Yeah, but right on cue, Mohammad Shehzad, slightly off camera, beg your pardon, or off your screen. has a quick chat with Gurbaz saying, listen, I mean, take it easy. I'm here for those shots. So you just make sure you get bat to ball. Of course, I don't know what exactly he said, but possibly just put bat to ball. Don't get too ball with the big hitting. Yeah, much better. No runs, of course, but much better.
It's a fascinating chase, isn't it? Because you remember the second game last night that was played. We saw two teams that really got off to absolute flying starts and then struggled in the second half. For their innings as the pitch got, the ball got softer and perhaps the pitch got a little bit more tired as well. So I'm wondering whether that's going to be the same theme today.
Well, a bit of a reverse here because they didn't get off to a good start but raced away to a good finish. No quick singles, not when Mohammad Shahzad is out there. So a very efficient over by Aftab, just 2 runs off it. It's 12 for no loss after 2.
We're all around the world in this Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League, the first edition. Wherever you're watching, I hope you're enjoying the action. Oh, that's big. That's very big. Oh, it's hit the floodlight tower. And it's bounced on the roof of the stand, which is populated by, well... a whole host of Mohammad Shahzad fans. Spagiza.
But every once in a while, hoardings around the ground were targeted for special prizes. Mohammad Shahzad would have won himself something or the other here, maybe a car. Down on one knee and bang into that hoarding right there. And luckily, because of that, no cars damaged, otherwise that would have gone straight onto the road. And who alone knows what kind of damage might have done. Easy. Mohammad Shahzad. We just need to get it a couple of yards outside the boundary. That will do too. Special shot. Saw the... And this time on the off, unable to pierce it, but saw the length so quickly, judged the length so quickly. That previous shot. Nabi still backing himself, though, against Mohammad Shahzad. Yeah, very powerfully struck. Deep mid-wicket. Will ensure only a single. So they know that Shahzad will go in that area almost every single opportunity. They've got a deep mid-wicket and a long on.
2 sixes off Nabi for Mohammad Shahzad so far. The first one over extra cover, and that one, bang, towards University Road. Oh, full toss down the leg side. Bad bowling from Nabi. Help. On its way by Ramanullah Gurbas. It's another fog maximum Spagiza.
Well, Nabi will be kicking himself. Not a very clever delivery at all, and Gurbaz, young, quick on it, and has helped it along, gave it plenty of elevation, got inside it, watched it for a while, and that got onto that tent there and traveled all the way up to the peak. You might see this as it ends, and there's a travel. Well, who can say what to the skipper here? So everybody's just turning around and kind of looking at their shoelaces.
The leg side for the right-handers with Nabi bowling from the pavilion end is the shorter of the square boundaries today. Again, we've had a replacement ball coming on.
Of course, a change in field. Long on comes in. And maybe there was a mistake. Not that it would have mattered. Consecutive Shpagizas by Gurbaz, using his youth and strength to great effect. It was a fuller length, and such was the confidence of Gurbaz. He went through with it for terrific effect.
Well, that replacement ball almost only lasted one delivery, didn't it? Look at that. Hold the pose. Where are the photographers? Get a snap of that. Onto the second tier of the pavilion. 19 off this Nabby over so far, and Paktia are flying. It's a good over for the Panthers. 3 gone, 31 without loss. Great start for the Panthers, chasing 196 for victory. But the important thing that they need to realise, of course, is that we saw last night that Kabul Zwanan got off to an absolute flyer, chasing the Nangarhar Leopards total of 182 for 5. Hazratul Azazai and Luke Ronke. Well, that's sliced off the outside half of the bat. And out. I think that's Ravi Bopara. Aftab Alam strikes, Bopara with the catch, and what a hammer blow that is for Paktia. They were flying, but Mohammad Shahzad has to depart.
Well, that's the second batting failure in a row, and he looks understandably disconsolate. There we go. Just played it on the up, outer half of the bat, sliced away, and the man from the cover region ran back. Bopara got underneath it. I think it is him, perhaps not. Well, anyway, disappointment to see Mohammad Shahzad once again leave the field a little early. Gone for 16 from 10, 31 for 1.
Which is quite odd.
Yeah,
well, they did. Sorry, I thought for a minute they hadn't crossed, but yes, they have.
Well, the ball was up in the air for quite a while, and plenty of time for a gentle amble crossing. So Del, the previous match, had a terrific one. Didn't he get 70 and change? Aftab Alam gave only 2 runs in his first over and struck first, second. Once Bopara got underneath it, he wasn't likely to miss, but that's the key. Running quickly enough to get into good position, and there was a celebration. I was talking about Tarzan, wasn't I? I think I'll have to change. Aftab Schwarzenegger Alam. Just because of the celebration.
He needs to speak to Gulbuddin Naib, I think.
Sorry, yeah. Bit of competition going on in there. Aftab must be hitting the gym really hard, seeing Gulbuddin Naib do what he does. Well, the one thing that the Paktia Panthers maybe, I shouldn't use the word happy, should be, what's the word here? Okay with, is that Gurbaz has been going so well. Finally got a couple of loose deliveries, but not short on intent. We'll have to see how he does off the medium paces. Has been pretty severe on Mohammad Nabi. But take heart is the word I was looking for. They'll take heart from the fact that, yes, Mohammad Shahzad is back, but Gurbaz seems to be in pretty good shape. He's been given that responsibility for opening, and he's enjoying it. And now, of course, Delport, who'd done very well in the previous match, So plenty of batting for Paktia Panthers. I do think that's their big strength, apart from Udana with the ball.
Delport off the mark straight away. We know he likes the ball coming onto the bat. So he'll enjoy facing Aftab Alam as long as there aren't too many changes in pace. The player's down now, actually, at square leg. Colin Munro, he was backing up from the throw from mid-off, and the ball's hit him straight on the shin, I think.
Oh, beg your pardon. It was once again the divot. His knee got stuck into the soil there. They're trying to repair the divot, but you got to repair the knee, more importantly. There we are again. The throw comes in, and watch Munro on the other side. Rushes in, and it's the right knee that gets jammed into the soil there. We've seen that happen pretty often, but this time he might have wrenched it in a manner that might require more repair. The physio's out, not looking good.
Yeah, that was nasty. He was trying to slide, but the knee did get stuck. And I think is the umpire there calling for a stretcher.
Very often the right thing to do, because you can only repair on the ground to an extent, and then instead of having him hobble back, best to have a stretcher. But looks like he might be up. Oh God, these guys are tough. Yeah, and he's actually carrying on, Colin Munro. Maybe he's going off with the physio. That's the right thing to do. There he is again, the right knee getting jammed into the grass, the soil, and then he gets up really slowly, nurses the right knee, and this is the right thing to do, even though he's not limping at all, leave alone heavily, but he does need attention. So we hope he's going to be okay. Such a key player for the Balkh Legends. Didn't score many today, but also electric in the field.
Will Gravy, the physiotherapist for the Balkh Legends, accompanying Colin Munro off the ground, and there's some running repairs to the ground. Malcolm Waller has now come onto the ground, the Zimbabwe all-rounder. He's come on as a replacement. His first time, as far as I'm aware, out on the ground in the tournament thus far. There's Case Ahmed at backward point.
Gulbuddin Naib at third man boundary. So there it is. Waller, unfortunately not given a match so far. I'm sure he must be itching to get to showcase his abilities here, but of course he might show it in the field today with some superb catching and fielding. We'll see.
Nabi at mid-on. Another throw at the stumps which missed. This time Bopara, all's well that ends well, backing up. End of the over. 4 overs gone, 34 for 1. .34 for 1 then, after 4 overs. At the same stage, Balkh were just 18. They hadn't lost a wicket. And remember, they had that tremendous acceleration at the back end of their innings, where they added 68 from their last 5 overs. Well, we've talked about how tough these Afghanistan players are, and here's another case in point. Ashraf, who took a whopping blow on his shin following through a couple of games ago. And then he came back in the last match and took 4 for 19 and was player of the match.
Yeah, there have been a few injuries. None because of the bowling, I think. But yeah, the knee is getting stuck in the soil. That's one. And then, of course, The ball's being struck hard at the bowler. They've copped a few injuries, but he's tough. Big, tall guy. And
he is tough as teak. Mervez Ashraf, captain of the Ammo Sharks in last year's Spagiza 2020 tournament in Kabul. 4 for 19 in that last match against Nangarhar.
Sorry, yeah, just remember the point I was trying to make. That acceleration when you bat first can be pretty wild because you don't have a target in mind and you go for it up in the sky, and that should be a maximum fog Spagiza. So Delport carrying on where he left off last match. Very handsomely done. It was pitched up, went through the line, no hesitation, and that's what happens if you hit it fearlessly. Another 6.
Interesting decision by Nabi to throw the ball to Mervez Ashraf, because I think we made the point a little earlier that Delport does like the ball coming onto the bat. Maybe there was a case for bringing Case Ahmed on instead.
Again, thrashed straight to long on. What a brilliant catch. It was traveling low, hard. Delport couldn't quite get the elevation, and he pays the price. That was another outstanding catch.
Well, Nabi proved correct in his decision to give the ball to Mervez Ashraf, but Cameron Delport walking off thinking, how on earth have I got out there? It was a half tracker. He flat batted it down the ground, got all of it, but straight to Mohammed Nabi, who was one of only 2 fielders outside the 30-yard circle. Delport shaking his head. He can't believe he's gone, but he has to walk off, out for 7. And Paktia Panthers 41 for 2. Sharafuddin coming in at number 4. So Paktia losing 2 wickets inside the first 5 overs of the power play. They're making reasonably rapid progress at this stage, but the wickets being lost, that's a danger for them, a big danger.
His average is under 10 with the bat, so to send him in at this stage at number 4, what a huge responsibility. I think Mohammad Shahzad knows something that we don't about Sharafuddin's batting. Bowling was a little up and down earlier today. Sharafuddin gave plenty of runs, but also a little bit of reward in the end. Mirwais picks up a wicket.
Callum McLeod coming back in. There's no Shahid Afridi today, so they're just taking the opportunity perhaps to just look at their bench strength ahead of the semi-finals.
I think they're trusting the fact that they will get into the final 4, that's for sure. And they seem not too concerned about the position. We'll get back to that. 5 gone. It's 46 for 2.
All action on cricket in if.com, and it's some interesting contests that going on out here in the Gulbahar Afghanistan Premier League 2018. 46 for 2 at this stage. They need a partnership. Lost a very important wicket in the form of Delport, who's been the man in form. Caught by Mohammad Nabi. Not a small score they're chasing, 196. The target in front of them. They've got to be maintaining that run rate as well. Very experienced captain Mohammad Nabi. Phil Simmons watching the proceedings. The national coach of the Afghanistan cricket team that's done so well recently. Very impressive in the Asia Cup. Going to be Gulbadin Naib He's really bowled well so far. Very handy customer with the ball as well. Where is his pace? Promotion as far as Sharafuddin is concerned. The other day had a wonderful spell. Gulbuddin Naib coming on from the Sharjah club end. 9 wickets for him so far in the APL. Economy under 7. So he's done a very good job. 4 for 12. That's the spell I was mentioning about. Economical, picked out wickets the other day. And Mohammad Nabi would be hoping that he bowls up another decent spell here. Oh, that's pulled away. Lovely strike. Fog maximum. Shpagiza. And with me is Alistair Campbell.
Thank you very much, AJ. Yeah, he's picked that. He's latched onto it straight away. There was no doubt as it came off the bat that it was going to go the whole distance. Slower ball, and he was on it in a flash. Swung it away over mid-wicket, long way back. Excellent stroke.
Good delivery, good comeback. Not timing it too well, scampering there for the single. It's all happening out here. The last over of the power play now. They like to capitalize on that.
Yeah, they've lost the 2 wickets, but they're up there insofar as run rate is concerned. Even though their captain has departed the scene. Tell you what, that would have been very close. It had been a direct hit. He was shying away as he was coming into the danger zone, and the bat caught in the ground. You might have felt him or been away but short there. Yeah, up in the block hole. Good response from Gulbuddin.
Now that was a 4-wicket spell by him. Really bowled well the other day. 4 for 12. Was bowling wicket to wicket. Really testing the batsman, going for the big hits end of the innings. But really wearing his pace. Very impressive. At this stage, the Balkh side were 48 for 1. So just losing 1 extra wicket, the Panthers. He's a very decent all-rounder, good striker as well. 4 for 12 is best so far. Picked up 2 wickets against Nangarhar, then against Paktia as well, 2 for 46. A touch expensive against them the other day. Taken on the fall. Very lucky. Will be overthrows as well. Coming back for the second. All happening out here.
A perplexed look from Ravi Bopara, just trying to understand what's transpired. But they've managed to scamper back for an extra one. There's going to be a little check upstairs just to see that the man was in his ground when the bails come off, and then obviously they scampered through for the second. It looked to the naked eye in real time that he was fine, he was in, but the umpire just wanting to check.
Oh, just planting his bat, not dragging it, but he was well in. No issues with that.
What, they've light up 5 seconds after?
Yes, when they hit the ground.
So that's the end of the 6th over as well. The power play gone. 56 for 2. Expensive first over by Ashraf. But he's such a good bowler. Utilizes his height to very good effect. Does the ball in, doesn't give much room to the batsman to free his arms. The crowd's really building in. Saw a lovely crowd yesterday as well, being a holiday. But as the evening will progress, surely they'll be coming in larger numbers. And this is the way to go about. Just bowl those Yorkers, vary your pace.
Yeah, he's just such an experienced guy, Mirwais Ashraf. Not a great amount of pace, but knows exactly where he needs to be bowling, and is really good at executing as well. And he's trying to bowl as full and straight as possible here, get it right up in the block hole. Well, on that occasion, he's walked across the crease and deposited him over fine leg. Tried to bowl the slower ball. It ended up being a full toss. And just when I talk him up, one's come out a little awry. And, well, no mistake made by Gurbaz. He's down on one knee and flicks it over the top.
Well, that's a commentator's curse. He was looking so good. He was bowling those Yorkers. The trigger movement, just see shuffling across and then putting it away very nicely. Knew exactly where the fielders were.
Well, he's tried to bowl the slow ball, the one that out the back of the hand. Just hasn't got it right. He knows straight away. Hasn't come out as he would have wanted, and, well, he's paid the ultimate price, gone for maximum. There we go, back on the money, straight away. Nine off the over, though. That's the problem. When you go for a 6, it's so hard to contain. It's so hard to bowl an over that only goes for 8, 9. And he's already conceded 9, still 2 balls remaining.
Yeah, the required run rate just hovering around 10. So they've got to be going like this only. One big shot, rotate the strike. Oh, that's clobbered. Man, the deep was in the air. Really tough for the bowler.
Yeah, no real chance here. He reacted when it was 3 or 4 meters past him.
That's the thing, Alistair. Once you're going after it, go after it fully. No half measures. That's a good delivery. A .1 to end the 7th over. 66 for 2. So the comparison, Balkh Legends 52 for 2, Paktia Panthers in reply doing pretty well. They have a decent batting lineup. They bat deep, chasing 196. They still have wickets in hand, just the kind of platform they require. And this pair looking good at the moment. First over, expensive one for Gulbadin Naib, conceding 10 runs. That should be a wide. Loading in his line.
Yeah, outside the guideline, so pretty easy decision really in the end for the umpire. He has no hesitation in giving the arms a stretch. Oh, I tell you what, it'll be very interesting to see if that's above waist height or not. There's no reaction from the square leg umpire to give the standing umpire at the bowler's end an indication that it was above the waist height and therefore would be a no ball. It was mighty close though, I reckon.
Yeah, I think the ball was just dipping, so that's the reason when in favor of the bowler. Above the waist level, definitely a no ball, but this one, the ball just dipping. Good decision there.
Gee whiz, that was close. It's in his normal stance, and he hit that on his tiptoes. If he had been in his normal stance, I think that was mighty close. Gets away with it, so no harm done. But he's just got to watch it, Gulbuddin Naib.
Oh, that's a good one. Slow bouncer. Disguising, foxing the batsman very nicely. This is the thing, you know, your action, if it's the normal one, always tough for the batsman to make it. And that's the reason, as a bowler, you can't be predictable. With the same action, all those variations. Once again, this time, that's going to be a wide, yes. A few wides in this over so far.
Yeah, I've got no problem with bowlers running up and trying different things. You have to on this sort of surface, and if you want to try and keep the batsman guessing, but you've got to be in control of all your faculties. You've got to make sure that you're spot on and you're confident in delivering them. Just at the moment, he just seems to be doing or trying to do too much. Maybe he would be better served just trying to concentrate on doing the basics right. That's better, and you're going to get a wicket. That's better. He's on a length, goes back to just bowling a normal line and length. The trademark flex of the biceps. And Gurbaz is going to have to go. He played an excellent hand up to then, 33 of just 22 balls. But he's tried to muscle one over the top and hasn't made the right contact.
Yeah, he saw the long on fielder was back and the mid-off fielder was inside the circle. So just trying to go over him. But what a good catch there. Diving, a very athletic catch. He's delighted. Celebrating, showing his muscles, flexing his muscles there. Gurbaz disappointed, getting a start, couldn't convert it. Played really well for those 33 runs. He's 69 for 3. The man in form for the Panthers arrives, Sikandar Raza. Just see that strike rate, 130. He's got an average of 26. Base season campaigner, 81st game for him. Always bats with that positive intent. Always gives his all on the field as well. Very handy customer. A captain's delight, Sikandar Raza.
He sure is. Made a good contribution to the game so far. Was excellent in the field. Only bowled 2 overs, but took 1 for 12. So now is an opportunity for him to do what he does best, and that is bat and try and win the game here for his team. He's had a really good tournament so far. Has been the backbone of the batting for the Paktia Panthers, and he comes in another pressure situation.
But this was a wicket, really nothing short, trying to go over the top, up and over, not timing it, but what a catch, dipping. The ball was dipping, eyes on the ball. Nabi has been absolutely brilliant on the field, and he's delighted.
I saw you flexing in the gym this morning, AJ, though. Muscles looked exactly like that.
Oh, I'll be over the moon now. I want to fly. Those comments are absolutely precious. From
Come on, show the world. Get him out there. Show him.
Oh,
come on, AJ.
Come on.
Get him out there. Let's see them. Come on.
Only when you're doing weights. Come on, you got to hide them otherwise. But I tell you what, the man sitting next to me does a lot of gym as well. Back-to-back days in the gym, flexing his muscles. Alistair Campbell, the former Zimbabwe captain. That's half an hour. Is always precious, isn't it? 8 overs gone, 69 for 3. So he's the joint highest, Gulbuddin now with Odana, who's done a very good job. Ben Cutting as well, the skipper of the Leopards, on 10 wickets at the moment. Shirzad as well has been very impressive. The leading wicket taker so far in the Gul Bahar Afghanistan Premier League 2018, powered by Fog. Some big stars playing, and you can also create your own fantasy side. Test your skills, win big real cash by logging on to myteam11.com. Great opportunity for you to select your own side. Especially this man, Sikandar Raza, he will be in my side, my 11, isn't it, Alistair?
Yeah, I think he'd be in everyone's 11 at this stage. He's had that good a tournament. And gives you just the all-round capabilities that you require. Can bowl, can bat, and can certainly field. Oh, it's gone past the outside edge, just trying to muscle it through the offside gap, not making the requisite contact. You're going to have to keep up the momentum here because it's a stiff run chase. 196 required. 51 or 42 against Kandahar, and 78 or 40 balls against Kabul. So 250s already in the tournament, and an opportunity anyway to get another big score here tonight.
You know, the thing is, you know, he knows how to pace the innings. At times when he's coming, not too many overs left, not too many deliveries left. But once he gets in, gets his eyes in, he usually converts them. And that's a sign of a good batsman. How you're pacing your innings, how you're reading the games, the situation, the required run rate if you're batting second. And he's so seasoned. Sharafuddin will have to give him company here. This is bringing the third man fielder inside the circle. Once again, a good delivery. Angling in, back to the right-hander, Bopara.
Been a few dot balls, and it's come to a bit of a standstill, the innings thus far. And because of that, the run rate required's gone to over 11 to the over. And that's how quickly it creeps up in a big run chase. They were sort of on par a couple of overs ago, and now suddenly it's escalated. And they just got to be mindful of that, these two, Archer. Yes, you want to get used to the pitch, you want to try and give yourself a chance, but you've still got to be scoring pretty briskly. That's up in the air. Has he got enough on it? I don't think so. It should be out. Oh, he's put it down. He's made a hash of that. Totally misjudged it. And in the end, they're able to run through, I think, just for one. It's Qais Ahmed. And, well, when you're an outfielder and you get chances like this, generally, you want to get in a better position and grab it. On this occasion, not able to get in a good position, gets away from it at the end, has to put in a dive, and out she pops.
Yeah, young leg spinner, missing that one, that opportunity. That should have been taken. Would be disappointed, Cass. 72 for 3. The wicket of Gurbaz was an important one because he was looking good. He was getting those big shots under his belt. 33 of 22 after his departure. Things just slowing down here for the Panthers. Support for both the sides. Sharafuddin has got to now take charge. He's been there for some time. The man who dropped the opportunity, Qais Ahmed, now going to roll his arm. The young lad was impressive the other day. Coming on from the Sharjah club end.
Yeah, a chance at redemption. Just put an outfield catch down. It did go a long way up in the air. Didn't judge it properly. But now a chance to set the record straight and get into this game with a wicket. just a single as well. Just not able at the moment to find the boundary, these two. Sharafuddin has run a ball 14. And Sikandar Raza, well, he's faced 6 balls and only got a single.
Just feel this is the time that one of them has to take charge. Sikandar Raza, just new to the crease. I think better off will be just to read the strike. Sharafuddin has been there for some time. Just moving the longer field a bit wider.
Yeah, still just a single. It was short wide. But whenever they play a shot in anger, it seems to be finding the man on the boundary. And, well, in the last over, big shot, Case Ahmed put it down. So it was 11 to the over. It's now 11.6. That's up in the air. And got him. That's a great catch. It really is on the fly. He had to make a bit of distance to his left-hand side, Rasuli. And he's taken a really good catch.
Well, he's come into the playing 11, Rasuli. He's done a good job. Batted well, taking a good catch in the deep. Had to run some distance. Good anticipation by him. Going on the back foot, trying to power it, muscle it. The long on region, just not getting the elevation. That's a very good catch, neither skirting. Nicely judged. Keeping his calm, keeping his composure. And Sharafuddin has to walk back. 14 of 15 is 74 for 4. So Cass Hammer doing a bit of redemption as far as that drop catch was concerned. Callum McLeod coming in. 95th game for him. He's got a decent strike rate, averaging around 29. 1250, so very handy with the bat. Getting opportunity today for the Panthers.
Yeah, he's got some work to do. Both him and Raza need to try and build a partnership and build it quick. They need to find the boundary a few times as well because the run rate is escalating. Chris Gale comes in at first slip. So a bit of pressure being applied by Mohammad Nabi. Oh, it's an under edge. Tell you what, it was a bit of a floated first delivery. Probably should have done a bit better than that, trying to hit it away through the offside, but only succeeds in getting the inside half of the bat.
Yeah, you're right. Lucky 2 runs there, opening his account. This was the wicket trying to muscle it on the onside, not getting the elevation. But just see that catch, very good anticipation. Rasuli, he's had a good game so far. Half the overs gone in this innings. It's 76 for 4.
The Paktia worm, just edging below the Balkh Legends worm. But importantly, they've lost 4 wickets. And it doesn't leave much margin for error moving into the last 10 overs. So few resources left in the bank. Ravi Bopara, his second over. Good evening again, Charu.
Yeah, good evening, Brian. Things not looking too good for the yellow and green at this point of time. I think Mohammad Shahzad's early exit can be a real blow to them psychologically, if not in terms of runs, because Delport also, unfortunately, could not power on today. They've made lots of changes to their side, 3 in all, and of course with their batting order as well. So for a change, things not working out for Mohammad Shahzad today. But who's going to have the last laugh? That's the key. Bopara had an excellent match once again. McLeod gets a match. We know that Raza can bat long. But that required run rate now near 12.5 is going to be a huge worry. They haven't gotten big boundaries of late. And McLeod having just come in, Raza also 3 from 9. This is now a rebuilding time, and yet they don't have runs on the board or enough time to rebuild, because they still need to continue to get about 10, 12 and over to not let it get away completely in the last 5.
McLeod's second game of the tournament. A few individuals just too close to the edge of the sight screen, it appears. Bowled! Bopara strikes. McLeod goes. Bopara, who's been very effective with the ball in this tournament in the last match, 4 overs, 1 for 19 against Nangarhar. He's at it again with a very nice little off-cutter that sneaks between bat and pad. McLeod goes, and Paktia a 5 down.
Well, McLeod was certainly looking a little shaky, just a little late on that. You could argue that perhaps it kept a little low as well. However, Bopara right on target, such a clever cricketer. And McLeod's second session here with his team, unfortunately, also not producing much. 77 for 5 now. They are in trouble, Paktia Panthers.
Five down then. There's Sikandar Raza at the non-striker's end, contemplating affairs. Remember, he piloted the Paktias to a defendable score yesterday with a half century. And he's now been joined by Sami Shinwari. Not a bad player to have coming in at this stage of proceedings.
Well, he can certainly hit the ball big. Most of these Afghan players can. And he thrashes it away. That might be a smart run. Ryan Deshkarte, they do steal too, but smart fielding. I think the Balkh legends are up for this one. They've got a lot of runs on the board thanks to this man, and now they're defending it with gusto.
Again, the seamer's proving effective for Balkh. Bopara bowled so well in that previous match, and he's at it again.
Well, this is looking quite hopeless for me, for the Paktia Panthers. Even though Sikandar Raza is there now, he's played a few innings of note here in the tournament so far, and strikes reasonably comfortably in the end. But it's the pressure of the chase, knowing that you don't have too many batsmen behind you, that can just put a little bit of, I'm not saying fear, but just apprehension going for the big shots.
Out. 2 wickets in the over for Bopara. Nabi at extra cover strikes, and Sami Shinwari driving without due care and attention, and he departs, the 6th man to go, and it's all falling apart for the Paktia Panthers.
I wonder if that was his instruction when he came out, to just push it along a bit. The first one went for 2, and the next one again low on the bat, outside edge, sharp to Mohammad Nabi. He's such an experienced campaigner. Ravi Bopara now turning destroyer with the ball. So Shinwari will take no more part in this match. Gone for only 2. 79 for 6 now.
Mohamed Sadar, who kept wicket today for the Panthers, with Mohamed Shahzad opting to have 20 overs running around in the field. Big ask this for him, in company now with Sikander Raza to try and pull this out of the fire for the Panthers.
Well, on many occasions, Mohamed Shahzad has said that all he asks his boys to do is go play a natural game. So I'm not so sure there are too many instructions floating around for the Paktia Panthers in their chase of 195. But they're certainly making hash of it for the moment. KS Ahmed dropped a catch but came back to take a wicket. In fact, off to a terrific catch. So he should know the worth and value of catches. Oh, got him! Sikander Raza jumped out to one here and there, missed it completely. If it wasn't bad enough for Paktia Panthers, now it's really almost all over.
Well, that was a shot of desperation, wasn't it, from Sikander Raza, trying to jump all over Qais Ahmed before the young leg spinner settled. He wasn't to the pitch, head up, and Qais Ahmed says, "You miss, I hit." Second wicket for the young leg break bowler, Sikander Raza. Failure for him, out for 3, and Paktia Panthers subsiding to 79 for 7. Azmatullah Omazar comes in at number 9. Promising young fast bowler. He'll have to be a very promising batsman here.
Well, more than promise. You've got to play the hero now with the bat. And I'm not so sure these youngsters are up for it. But once again, you got to go to... Simon will be delighted. But you got to go to... got to wonder about what happened in the Paktia camp in terms of shuffling the players. 3 big changes. Youngsters came in. They bowled pretty well, mind you, to begin with. And, of course, they gave many. But KS Ahmed here continues to smile away. And does Mohamed Shahzad really not bother too much about the position he finishes in the top 4? That's something that we may have to ask him later. I suspect his answer will be, yeah, as long as I get in the quarterfinal, I don't care. We'll beat any team.
Yeah, remember, of the 5 teams doing duty, only 4 can play in the semi-finals. They have shuffled the pack today with Azmatullah Omazai coming in, also Callum McLeod. We've seen Ramanullah Gurbaz opening the innings. Mohamed Sadar coming in behind the stumps. No Shahid Afridi today. They've looked at their bench strength, and this is the 2nd match in a row where their batting has failed badly.
Yeah, the googly down leg, but no runs. So between the two of them, Bopara and KS Ahmed, they've cleaned up the middle order. 2 for 5 for KS and 2 for 6 for Bopara. It's 80 for 7.
Scorecard of horror for the Paktia Panthers. And listen to this, in the last 30 balls, last 5 overs, they've lost 5 for 14. That is serious coming off territory.
Oh, inside edge onto pad, almost knocked through. Ravi Bopara again. Omar's eyes just come in. I don't think he read that too well at all, the movement that Bopara is getting. Just enough to earlier beat the bat of McLeod, it was, thanks. And now almost through the gate of Omar Zai. So this is very, very good bowling by Ravi Bopara. There have been matches in the past where he's given plenty of runs.
Yes, Ravi Bopara in his first match of the tournament, actually 4 overs for 53 against Kabul. But 4 overs, 1 for 19 in that last over against Nangarhar. And now he's once again enjoying these pitches that are getting just a little bit more tired.
Is there a game plan, though, for Paktia Panthers? They've got 8 overs to go, the better part of 8 overs, and do they want to throw it away right here? That's going to be a handsome 6. A fog maximum Spagiza. Omar Zai just going through the line. A little bit of width, and that will certainly help. But I just wonder, Brian, let's talk about the game plan here, because do they want to just go through the 20 overs and try and ensure they get a fair number of runs, or there's no joy doing that?
Well, there doesn't seem to be an awful lot of point in doing that. The players need to put themselves under a little bit of pressure, these lower order players, because they might have to bat under pressure in the semi-final or indeed the final. So they need still to remain positive, I think.
Well, positive, yes, but I'm saying, will they keep thrashing around and say it doesn't matter whether they get out? Or do they want to just make sure that maybe a very loose ball gets thrashed, but otherwise take the singles, take the doubles, make sure you bat the 20 overs and get as much as you can? Oh, straight behind the bowler. Plenty of bat, 2 bounces. And a few more for another fog maximum boundary. So, Bopara, having done a lot of damage earlier on, suddenly getting a bit of stick.
Azmatullah Omarzai, he certainly hasn't given up. 6 and a 4 off consecutive deliveries. Respectability doesn't really necessarily mean a great deal in these circumstances. I think the players still need to remain very positive. It doesn't really matter if you get 130 or 140. What will that achieve? Not a great deal. Bowled! Bopara strikes. Wicket number 3 for him. Omarzai, well, he did try to be positive, but that time just swinging across the line, head in the air. And Bopara says, well, you might hit me for a couple of boundaries, but I'll have the last laugh.
Well, again, the ball moved in just a bit off the pitch. There we go. Missed the line completely, young Omarzai. He might look gutted because, yeah, he was looking to target the leg side boundary, but Ravi Bopara has been around the world and back a few times. Easily got the measure of Omarzai finally. Chips in with an 11, but it's 90 now for 8 wickets for the Paktia Panthers.
Isuru Udana, who of course was player of the match in the last outing that the Paktia Panthers underwent against Kandahar, and that included a vital innings of 23 at the back end of the Paktia innings, which gave them a total which ultimately they were able to defend. But Ravi Bopara, the king of Sharjah with the ball, 6 for 16 here a couple of years ago for Karachi against Lahore. He's at it again.
Yeah, just a reminder, those who might have been watching may remember Isuru Udana, the last time he chipped in with a valuable 22, yesterday it was, and they're 127, 23. He was trying desperately to get out. I think he's run through all his lives, or has he? Oh, well played. Might have 1 or 2 lives still left, but this one along the ground. Terrific over by Bopara. 13 gone, 91 for 8.
If you're a Paktia Panthers fan, turn away now. What a terrible looking scorecard that is.
And nothing going right with them with this chase. They started out pretty well with the ball though, Udana particularly, and then a couple others, and then of course once they raced away to 195, Balkh, it was always going to be difficult. Naib will certainly hope to be among the wickets here. Everybody else has been queuing up, and it's Naib who took 4 for 12, so he will certainly fancy his chances here, especially if Sardar and Udana keep going for it like they're about 6 runs away from victory.
Well, he's the joint leading wicket taker in the tournament now with 10 alongside Ben Cutting and Udana.
That might even get 2 if they want to run quickly enough. Let's go, let's go, let's go. No, Udana not too keen on testing his athleticism here. So there's confirmation, 3 on 10. I think Ben Cutting got there very quickly and then suddenly dried up a bit for him. Udana continues, and Gulbadin Naib, of course, 4 for 12. Got him halfway there almost. Syed Shirzad, such a